Hey, today I'm gonna tell you a bit about meadowsweet, which is a herb I grew on my allotment from seed. And this is me checking it out, and this is the dry meadowsweet. Smells quite bad, but you know what they say, that meadowsweet is like dating and marriage. It smells nice to start with, but then the smell turns to a really ugly one. And today I'm going to make meadowsweet oil, and I'm going to use a slow cooker. This is a method that I'm using in autumn and winter if I want to make oil. Normally I would do a solar infusion on the windowsill, on a sunny windowsill, but in this weather I have to resort to a slow cooker. So basically I'm going to put some water in a slow cooker and put meadowsweet in a jar, cover it with oil, and the water in the slow cooker would be kind of halfway, and I'm going to use a function warm, which is kind of low temperature. This slow cooker has a low and high setting, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use the warm setting. I don't want to heat the oil too much, and I'm going to be doing this for an hour a day for a few days. So I reckon 5 to 7 days, an hour a day. So this will allow a slow warming of the oil. I'm gonna be using olive oil in my case. You can use other oils, but the price matters. So this is what I'll be doing today. The name meadowsweet has a mead in it, and in the past, in the previous centuries, was used to flavor mead, which was like a honey wine. It was also used for the smell, the fragrance of that, to kind of make rooms smell nice. We harvest just the flowers from the meadowsweet, not the stems, not the leaves, just the tops with the white flowers. It flowers in June, July, and it has an antiseptic properties, anti-inflammatory, but most of all, it's an analgesic, so it's used as a pain relief. In 1836, they isolated salicylates from meadowsweet, and meadowsweet was the first plant from which they isolated salicylic acid used to make aspirin. And the name aspirin comes from the old Latin name of meadowsweet, Spirea ulmaria, and that's where the name came from, Spirea. Meadowsweet is being used for joint pain, diarrhea, infections in digestive tract, ulcers, kidney stones, urinary tract infections, even headaches. And it's all because it contains salicylic acid, which is basically aspirin. As a tea, can be used to lower fever as well. But the difference between the whole herb, which is in this case meadowsweet, and a drug, which is aspirin, is huge. For example, aspirin will irritate your stomach and thin your blood, but meadowsweet has the opposite effect. The meadowsweet is being given for irritated stomach, and it doesn't thin the blood. So the difference between the whole herb and the drug is huge. In the herb, any given herb, there is many different compounds that act together, and a drug is an isolated compound, just one, that has many side effects, and all drugs have side effects and adverse reactions. And the herb is a natural plant, and we don't even know how many compounds are in there because we haven't isolated every single one, and lots of them just act together, and they won't do the same thing separately. So I need meadowsweet oil for joint pain. My husband currently has some joint pain and I need to do it quickly. I mean, within a few days, as opposed to a month or 8 weeks on a windowsill. Hence, I'm using this slow cooker. I'm gonna be using this jar because I only have a little olive oil, but if you want to make a large amount of herbal oil, you can fill the slow cooker in with oil and herbs and do it directly in the slow cooker because the heat is going to be gentle on warm setting. So yeah, I'm showing here where to put the oil and how to fill it in. You can adjust the amount to whatever you need and how much oil you have, but you have to use the warm setting, not too hot, and it's going to be like an hour a day for 5 to 7 days. I need to buy more olive oil because I'm making lots of oils recently. So I simply place meadowsweet flowers in a jar and I'll be covering it with olive oil. You want to use half to half, probably, herb to oil. I'm using organic, unfiltered olive oil. I mostly choose organic, but you can use other oils such as almond oil or even coconut oil. As you can see, I filled my jar with olive oil and I put some water in a slow cooker up to the level of the oil in the jar. I probably need to pour some more oil in there to cover the herbs properly. And I just simply turn to the warm function and keep it for 1 hour a day for 5 to 7 days. This method can be used to make other oils such as calendula oil, lavender oil, other skin healing oils. Doesn't matter. The method is for the autumn and winter. In the summer we can just simply do it on the windowsill. Meadowsweet has also other properties. For example, if we make a tea out of it, we can use it as a gargle for a sore throat and bleeding gums. And if we cool the tea to kind of body temperature, we can use it for the eyes to kind of wipe the eyes or do compresses for pink eye or conjunctivitis. It's got antibacterial properties, so it's wonderful for these goals or uses. You can also grow it from seed as I did and grow it in your garden on your allotment. It's a perennial and every year it's getting bigger and bigger and you can harvest more of it. So I recommend it. Bye!